They're not third. They're not third.
Stay A, bro. We're chilling over here.
Yeah, we good.
Envy made it to franchising. These North American fan favorites started as a group of 5 top-of-the-line ranked players and ended up going pro. Game after game, Envy would shock the world with their jaw-dropping aggressiveness and stupid, brain-dead peaks, all while one-tricking their favorite agents. Some of those sucked ass. Reyna, ISO, Clove, Phoenix, Brimstone. Just how did a bunch of guys who love to play ranked make it this far to Valorant's biggest stage? Well, they did a lot of this. Man, I remember breaking down their games almost a year ago. My boys have grown up so fast. Okay. Now, if you don't know who Envy are, let me break it down. Exter is a Yoru one-trick, but has a million different playstyles he can morph into. The same can be said for Inspire and Decipher. These two are their agents. And now Canezerra, Ion, and Poppin are those insta-lock duelists you get in your game that drop 50 on your head and ruin your day. These 5 only spam ranked, only played their favorite agents, and did so well that they got signed by Envy. Now, they're at the front door of franchising. But don't get it twisted. Each of these players have consistently been top 10 Radiant, act after act. Even at one time, 4 of them filled up the top 5 spots on the ranked leaderboard. These guys are the best ranked players in existence. Match after match, these guys were pulling out putrid ranked slot plays, and they never stopped working against tier 1 talent. The only thing we hear in professional Valorant is how you need to pick meta agents and play proper, blah 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 blah. Well, that's boring. We want chaos, cookie comps, but most importantly, relatability. I mean, these guys pulled off the dream. They were just 5 friends who kept insta-locking their favorite agents and went pro. And TSM was Envy's final obstacle, their toughest opponent by far. Starting on pistol, Envy are set up in a 2-1-2. Inspire has his turret aimed at market and B main so that Exer or Canezerra can fight off it, while Omen and Sova plan on saving their recon to anchor on A. Alright, annoying question from Jimmy in 3, 2, 1. But Teets, you said Inspire was a Cypher one-trick, and Kane, he's on Waylay, not Reyna. What gives? Well, if you've watched my recent Waylay video, I explained how she, next to Yoru, are probably the best duelists in Valorant right now. Her slow is big and pops fast, her double dash, if set up right, is the best entry tool in the game, and an insta-teleport and attack shooter is always busted. Plus her ult's pretty nice. So Jet is a poor man's Waylay, and Canezerra's probably been spamming her in ranked instead. And now as for Inspire, this is his first game playing Killjoy since he's joined the team. In the past 3 months, he's only played Cypher. But why change it all of a sudden in the biggest game of his life? Well, first, I used to be a Sentinel main, and I wasn't too shabby. But I don't have the time to play and research all these wonky-ass setups. So what do? I watch Inspire streams. This dude plays every Sentinel at the highest level, not just Cypher. Plus, think about it. TSM have probably done their homework and know every single one of his favorite trips, cams, cages, his favorite food, all by watching their previous matches. And now when they load into the server and see her, all of their prep goes in the garbage. So that's Envy setup, while TSM are pressuring A and scouting mid before just slamming B. Sage comps loved this site. The round begins with Alvin's cam peeking cat, GMD sending a smoke in A main, followed by Vora's shock dart. This should push the defense back and create question marks in A main. But Envy haven't moved a muscle, believing in their anchor setups. And now as TSM contact their way through B main, rankers cannot let the thought of making franchising cloud their heads.
Can you smoke? I smoked.
No,
Come out.
2 more.
Hit 30 Sage. All 3, bingo.
Sage is 70. Could have healed himself.
Cypher's hit 22.
TSM are lucky that they didn't get insta-farmed. Now, I can't tell without a replay system for pro games, but I think Exter and Canezerra just whiffed after Inspire got 2 in logs, which is a really strong position, by the way. I feel like nobody clears it. But after using Omen's first smoke to pressure A, surely we use our Sage Wall to block market, especially with her buff that allows her to place it from all the way back here. Or maybe Cypher could fling a cage? TSM just ran into a big-ass crossfire and came out on top. It's a 2 versus 3, and after Sage rips a heal, this round looks like it's TSM's to lose. But rotates are here before the spike can be planted. Envy technically has a temporary 2 versus 2, so Poppin rips a dart on a switch to clear close, he's swinging B main, but has to wait for Ion to break this wall.
I'm gonna smoke back side. Back left.
Can you wait a sec?
Sage red.
Cypher's 1 headshot. Shocking.
You dinked him.
Give me double gun out.
Let's go.
Oh
Ghost
my
player.
god!
The best
Ghost
setup.
player!
Good setup.
The best ghost player!
Ian made up for his team's whiffs with some nice shots of his own. TSM were forced to save, and Envy bought a gun that I think is massively underutilized. The Ares. Yeah, sure, B main got reinforced, but there's still tons of walls on Ascent that are made out of mashed potatoes. Envy ran over the pistols, and now it's time for TSM's first full buy. Both teams are spread in 2-1-2s to contest both wings, but the only difference in between the setups is that Extra's fighting for mid with his Outlaw, while Alvin's playing for info. Arguably, the most important run of the game starts with an instant nano from Inspire, both Omid trade smokes on A, for a pins recon above the choke, and Canezerra's firing his Ares into his team's one way. And neither team can land any chip damage, but if you look in tree, Ion was ready to paranoia off Canezerra's signal. Instead, they've opted to back off and switch places. The TSM just heard the Ares dump 5,000 bullets into the smoke. They might not expect this shotgun. Plus, the walls in tree and cat are stupid thin. But thanks to this adjustment, TSM can peek freely into A main and claim it as their own. And now on B, the rest of the offense had been waiting for a peek from Envy in response to losing A. But the defense aren't moving. They've learned from the previous matchup that TSM are expecting these brain-dead peeks.
No fucking fighting!
So, if the peaks aren't coming, Alvin Boy flings a cage for his team to walk across and take the space. But they don't, because back on A, GNB smokes door and Vora sends out his drone. Ian hops inside his own dark cover and blasts it, but he is convinced that it's A. Most of Envy shift that way, but it was a fake! 7 peeks and breaks Inspire's turret. He was never convinced and falls back while calling over for the rest of his team. Odds are, Sage isn't lurking. So Poppin gets to spawn and Extra takes a second gate crash. The 3-stack is here. Can TSM push through?
They think that it could still be Alvin Boy trying to lean up on that side first, but it's 3 players getting ready to move it into B.
Yeah, the entry onto that is pretty doubtless. Poppin able to just kind of fire his way through as the smoke falls, but TSM do a great job of avoiding a lot of that raw damage, and now the barrier orb can actually escort them onto the site. Still, though, they are pinged out. That makes it a little harder, actually.
The Outlaw and Sheriff couldn't get any, but Inspires put his counterpart down to 1 HP. Then through the smoke, Poppin's Ares tore Sage and her wall apart. This gun isn't that bad. And now without a lot of health or good guns, winning this might be hard. But the spike isn't planted. Envy wants to run in and flood, so Ian deploys it our cover so his team can get across safely.
The site itself still frontline fights deal with the boathouse presence, and now Vora is able to play the back corner. Just set up these extra checkpoints and you're solid. But Ion's managed to make his way in, and now he's got that rifle. Down goes Alvin. Does Envy steal away the bonus? Another clutch by Ion. No. TMD closes that out and keeps TSM.
Have you ever wondered why duelists in your game just run it down and die within the first 10 seconds of the round? Well, it's because they're racing to play War Thunder, the sponsor of this video. Duh. War Thunder is the most comprehensive vehicle combat game ever and is now on PC, consoles, and mobile devices for free. Command over 2,500 tanks, planes, helicopters, and ships of 10 major nations, from biplanes and armored cars to modern jets and tanks. War Thunder's incredibly detailed vehicles, realistic graphics, and authentic sound effects will immerse you so hard that you'll forget about your stupid duelists. And now my favorite part is that War Thunder has an in-depth customization system with countless camos, historical markings, and decorations for all types of vehicles, including community-created ones. So play War Thunder for free on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, or mobile now by using my link in the comments or description. New and returning players on PC and consoles that haven't played in the last 6 months will also receive a massive bonus pack across all platforms that includes multiple premium vehicles, the exclusive vehicle decorator Eagle of Valor, 100,000 Silver Lions, and 7 days of premium. It's only available for a limited time, so be quick and click that link. Ion's heroics could not bail out Envy a second time, but he did good economy damage. And now this round is a 2-for-1 special. Whoever wins, their opponent will have to save. In Envy's initial 2-1-2, Extra has an op and wants to fight wherever he hears danger, while TSM are ready to split A in their 1-2-2. The buy phase ends and both teams deploy their own smokes for different parts of the map. But this instant shot gets GMD on the line. This one-ways? Now useless!
The operator this round.
Once again,
those warning shots have made Kane feel unsafe to hold his one-way. But this early mid-smoke and Inspire's turret have convinced Exer to go A. Without flashes, how do TSM get him off the line?
On A's opener, seeing how greedy he can be with it. Smoke dropped onto Exter, finds the op shot, but whips it. Kane entering with the Saturate. It's got to be here or now, and the Saturate finds both, but Vora...
TSM peaked before their smoke bloomed, and Exter whiffed. The offense got lucky. but I wish Ion did a better job at deciding which part of the split he wanted to fight. His paranoia didn't help him a tree when it was supposed to be for Canezerra, and he peeked before Extra could flash for his decoy. But the other cracked 17-year-old made the right play by recognizing what was happening after hearing this drone and flew at him. Canezerra went up and over a main, slowed the offense, but could only get one. Now, the cool thing about dashing into this corner is that since the enemy's fire rate is extremely slowed, this forces them to make a really tough decision. Save your precious 1 or 2 shots for the swing, or hope that this wallbang is enough. If you try the second option, Whaley's just going to swing. Regardless, it's a 3 versus 4, but the rotates are here.
Stabilize, and TSM has managed to set up shop on the site. Poppin's here though, Timo!
Poppin could only get one while Extra was slowed out from heaven. He backs off to dodge the spam and returns to try again, but now he's caged. Inspire, in the meantime, has hopped on top of Sage's wall, clears tree, and there's a gap in the cages. The count is even, and after Extra just showed himself in heaven, he decides to back down and join his Killjoy in tree. Unless TSM jump up here against a potential op, it'll always feel like Extra's in heaven. But before breaking the door, Inspire places his turret so it can take first contact, and he leaves Extra by himself.
Catch the first dry contact. This operator's still dangerous, and Bora not checking! Turns back to heaven! And opens the stage for Envy yet again. Extra the peak, Inspire the peak.
Now, if you really think Envy are just a bunch of ranked monkeys, then you're a monkey too. Because this 2v2 was genius. Extra showed himself in heaven with his kill on Jet, then found another on door. And Inspire placed his turret on door, but then went heaven. So in TSM's mind, both players are coming through this choke and aren't jumping out of heaven. That clutch forced TSM onto a save, where the only win condition they had was Timotino's Bladestorm, who, by the way, is about on the same level as Ion and Canezerra. They're all crazy crack teenagers. He secured 7's trade, but then Canezerra did this with a judge.
Connects. Second one's flash. Kane, in the meantime, with his judge, and the saturate's timing is perfect!
With Whaley's Lightspeed, Canezerra's able to... able to accurately scout out information and drop a saturate on anyone's head midair. But after getting dookied on, TSM need to take a timeout.
Coach, can we just
Is it
fast?
possible to FF in this
I want
section?
to go play
I hate
Arc
this
Raiders.
game.
That
We
game's a
can't
lot more
FF.
fun.
They
I
were
really
the
want to
ranked
quit.
players.
I want to play Kirby Air Raiders. That game looks so much better than Valorant.
Turns out, it didn't. There aren't any toxic fumes coming out of these things. Coming out of their timeout, TSM have a read. They're positioned in a 3-0-2, and so are Envy.
Continuous turnaround from Vora on that 2v2 earlier. And
TSM must know that when Extra has an op, he'll take aggressive lines like this. And Timotino played in the one spot that this recon does not scan. And now down a player and Waylay stuck in cat with a judge, there isn't much Envy can do to even the odds. TSM decide to fling another cage to deny info from Poppin, but turn tail to hit A after Cypher trips her flank and clears cat with his cam. And now the attacker's plan is to have Cypher hold B main while the rest of his team groups to go A. Once together, Alvin Boy is going to activate his neural theft and make a decision based off that. Either just hit A or come back to Cypher. The offense group, the hat gets thrown, and there's only 2A. GMD quickly sends out a dark cover for B, which makes Kane bite for a second, but the offense are here.
Then you have such an easier path to get there. No more flash support for Kane. It's gotta just be the judge on its own. And the spacing from Timo is good to avoid the kill. Still so much damage done by him without consequence. Ion, presence in hell is found and not cared about. Ion! It's 3!
Ion did amazing to use his dark cover to reposition after being snuffed out by the neural theft. Now, what about this Waylay judge? Well, I was trying to reason why Canezerra keeps buying this thing, but it's simple. And when you have an agent who can quickly peek out of door and be out in an instant, that's broken. Or use their light speed to come join their side anchor? That's also broken. So just by existing, Canezerra can anchor half of the map with this shotgun. He and Iron have put Envy up 3 versus 2, but wait, Poppin don't—
It's 3 for him again! The Wonder King sets the stage!
Just buy! Your team is up a player! But Teets, Sage has— who cares about some dumbass res? Let her have it, and Waylay can alter. And now Inspire and Canezerra have to clean up this mess.
Forced to op on site, not much time to be able to work with, and now the convergent paths to finalize! Kane!
Okay, Envy have the last guy trapped in wine, as long as they don't— Canezerra, what is wrong with—
Hey, Alvin Boy has to come up short. For one, he is good. Has to track down Inspire with 15 seconds to go, and the spike completely left. so many universes in which this is so cooked. The sightline is met. Alvin Boy wins it! And TSM holds on for dear life here on his set.
With the spike in heaven, why would you swing? I can't read lips, but the last word Inspire says is swing. So he's pissed at Kane too. Whatever, Inspire lost the aim duel, and now Envy are in an awkward bye, where Exter has a Bucky. And in Envy's 203, he's playing Tree, the same spot where Whaley had her judge the past several rounds. And it makes sense. Because TSM are used to this lady flying out from Tree all willy-nilly, they're probably going to be waiting for it now, but won't expect Exter to flash out. Especially with Whaley showing herself here, she'll be the perfect bait. TSM, on the other hand, haven't done a whole lot in mid this game, so are pressuring it in this round, shown by their 1-3-1. Omen and Cypher hold the wings, the duelists break this alarm bot, doing so should drag a player off of A. Round 7 begins with an instant dart and one way from the defense, while the offense have Smoke Cat and are droning up mid. The offense slowly walk past the subscribe button and arches, and smash Inspire's Clanker. Okay, pause. Now, normally I don't do this, and my editor is probably going to hate me, but there is a really interesting battle in B main that we saw that we couldn't tell just from looking at the minimap. Shortly after the round started, Alvin Boy caged and cammed across into B main, which Inspire allowed at the moment. But once the cage dropped, he activated this nano, which would force anyone out into the open from behind this box and would have to fight Inspire and his turret. I told you, this dude is not just a Cypher one trick. He can play Oh yeah, the alarm bot's been broken, and Poppin has fallen back to activate his Aldrone to clear the lane and allow him to get back on the market line. But this cat smoke's been up for a while.
And TSM continues to fight back.
Canezerra found the first blood.
And yet, Envy continues extending, continues climbing.
Are you winning, son?
Why we peek? Why? I get it, you have no dash, but when the smoke was up, why not place your teleport in Tree, and then get out so you're not stuck in a one and done? Or Extra can flash for you. Anything than blowing your player advantage in the biggest game of your life! Well, now the defense are spread pretty thin, so TSM can do whatever they want, which right now is nothing. Envy are known for their non-stop swinging, and TSM decided to sit here and wait for the next 30 seconds to try and punish them, but it never comes. Instead, most of the offense are grouped towards B, while Timotino is headed up cat, ready to try and fake an A split for his team.
Already you're trying to push Inspire away from this B main line.
Well, that fake ain't gonna work. And now TSM have to try and plow through one of the best side anchors in the game.
Nexter somehow gets value here on this catwalk. That's gonna force the rush into B, and yeah, Bora solo now.
It's so easy for them, dude. They just waited and waited.
Man, if I have a son, I'm just gonna have him watch Envy VODs, because they can teach him to throw way better than I could. Now you might look at the buys and be like, what the? How do Envy lose? TSM just have a bunch of sheriffs. Here, let me show you. In Envy's 2-bot-3, they've given Whaley an outlaw, knowing that TSM are on a save. He'll patrol mid while Ion fights for A, Inspire helps anchor down Cat, and these two fight B. And now the offense are headed straight for the sniper.
To that, they had a read to try to take control of towards that from B side by reconning just close range.
The attackers have pushed the outlaw back with their insta-spy cam and incoming shock. But when has that ever stopped Canezerra?
From the defensive side of Inspire, but unfortunately, the timing is always better, as you could just see.
It's not like TSM didn't expect him. Kane ate the shock and got shot. And now down to 25 HP, surely he doesn't go for seconds, right?
See right now from Canezerra.
Okay, whatever. And now because his team's getting massacred in mid, Alvin moves up to make a play, but gets pushed back by Poppin's Aldrone. Alright, Envy, you guys are up 2 players against shit-ass sheriffs. I think it's time to back off now, guys.
The moments that Envy can find it, especially against pistols like this, where you just feel nigh on invincible. Envy has the streak started.
You just gave TSM a win condition. Just when did you guys want to stop fighting? Well, it's obvious that TSM need this gun, so Kane's come over to help protect it, but he's one shot. One shot! One shot! One shot! What don't you understand about one shot? Now with the pressure, Now with a precious rifle on the ground, Alpha Boy is being really careful trying to pick it up. Extra can't just leave B, so he throws his decoy from stairs to reposition, but Alvin is still taking his time. Once he does pick it up, his teammates have broken Inspire's alarm bot and are moving up to split B.
Alvin, risky step out with that lone rifle, but he doesn't take any damage for it. TP into the boathouse, so you have the double stack. That's got to be red, though. Yeah, GMD ready for the swing, and they know one more is here. Extra still blinds off of himself and is good for the one.
Ion using his ult to help Extra hold site was a great play, but neither of their flashes connected hard enough. Now, can Inspire mop up this slop?
Able to recoup this into a 1v2. Inspire with the attempted save. GMD already given out with the boathouse angle. Drone allows Vora to reposition, and this drop smoke from GMD has probably fully boxed Inspire out. Still, though, you know he's gonna go for it, right? Surely.
Not the best of money, but they do have the confidence in the rounds. He wants redemption for that 1v1 he lost previously against Alvin Boy.
I check everything else, but Inspire, he knows for a fact both of these guys are in the boathouse. No more Util to hold it down, just that smoke in, and Vora. So it's risky by TSM keeps them more than stable in this game.
If the last part of that round didn't make sense, basically Inspire tried using his turret to cancel off the noise he would make from dropping from lane. And this does work if timed right. You could even do it on Haven dropping from heaven. But after that Clown Fiesta, Envy need to take a timeout.
Canezerra, please, no more swing. Swing bad. But coach, swing good. Swing me get lots of kills. No, no more. You swing more? No, banana.
Because in their 2-0-3, Envy are barely moving, if at all. They've realized that the double Sentinel comp has to attack, not them, who, by the way, are defaulting B main in their 3-1-1. Envy make the first move by one-waying A main, while TSM take B main behind a dark cover and recon. Now, despite Canezerra not spotting anyone with a few jump spots, he does get spotted on Alvin's camera. But instead of risking a repeat to break it, he's a left tree and is repositioning all the way to top mid. Wow, not repeaking? Envy's coach must have scared him straight. But if you look at the map, the defense aren't even thinking of pushing. Poppin has his dart primed to contest and execute, and Inspire has his aim trained up in this window, waiting for Sage to raise herself up. So if Envy aren't peeking, I guess that means they're locked in.
Able to leverage the Hunter's Fury, so he'll have to use his gun.
Yeah, it'll have to be the gunplay. No wall boost either that Inspire was looking to meet on the approach. It's all through all through B main. But Inspire has to back to the boathouse and finds 3! What a last flick! And he'll find the final one as well. A reactivation round for the...
What's with TSM executing without a market smoke? Yeah, they caged it, but there was a big-ass gap. But the real MVP were Inspire's nanos. By placing one on this ledge and on this step, it stops the attackers from tucking into logs, prevents them from funneling into lane, and leaves the offense stranded in the open. These bought enough time for Inspire to isolate Sage, who boosted herself, and for Canezerra to rip his convergent paths on lane, forcing TSM to run at Envy's side anchor. You know, maybe it's a good thing Canezerra and Ion aren't old enough to compete in VCT right away, because this happened in next round.
He's so willing to take on whatever is in front of Envy as a whole.
Like, dude, you're spamming a Vandal through this smoke. The TSM can see your tracers. Surely with your Yoru and Sova here, you can come up with a better play to fight for B main than that, right? Like... Jesus. Envy had their setup swapped with Inspire's lockdown online. From tree, he covers all of A and funnels the attackers into wine, or so far back in A main that it's really hard to prevent a defuse. It's great for retake. Now with that punish, TSM backed off after being chased by this drone, but then they realized, hey, we have Cypher's ult, and backtracked to activate it. But Envy knew they had to defend this body.
Been caught a little more often. He's still serving his purpose as the guy to get inside the pool. But TSM pack up and shoot.
With that kill, Alvin flung his fedora and found out that the defense left A open. TSM went there and won the round. Crazy how that entire sequence was a result of Canezerra turning on autopilot inside this smoke. Now with that gift from Envy, TSM are confident. I mean, for an attack with a double Sentinel comp? That's probably good enough. No more boring slow shit. They are slamming A, and Canezerra better get his head out of his ass or he's getting run over.
First kill gets traded out, and the 3 players could fight back for TSM. Now, a change of pace, though. A full aggression for TSM on the A side hit. Both players, though, that can do some damage are inside that site for Ion and Kane.
They've already been able to fully clear this out, and the read onto where GMD is.
The thing about TSM's comp is that it sucks at rushing sites. I mean, outside of Omen's paranoia, what else are they supposed to hit Envy with? Their cages? But with GMDs from the shadows, TSM wanted to sandwich the defense between heaven and main. And now what the offense didn't consider was Poppin's Hunter's Fury. Despite him only having a sheriff, because Kane threw, he's the reason why Envy won this round. His job was to sit in spawn and be ready to rip his recon and big-ass laser wherever his team needed help. Poppin didn't need a gun, and since TSM blew their most important piece of utility in Omen's near sight, the offense for sure had to be going A. The ult stuffed the attackers in the choke, isolating Jet and Sage from the rest of their pack, and Poppin's recon tagged GMD in heaven. That leaves Alvin in a 5 versus 1, and now I know Envy like to throw, but not this bad. It is the final round of the half, and TSM feel like they can go fast and want to try again. I mean, Envy probably won't expect them to rush 2 times in a row, especially after just falling flat on their face. They're flying into B behind Timotino's Bladestorm, but Inspire's here. Is this crack zoomer enough to push through the setup that TSM couldn't the first time? But the offense aren't exploding as fast as you'd think. They start slow with a smoke and recon for B main, while the defense one way, and what could this gate crash be for? Whatever it is, Extra's headed to B to help them hold site, and by the looks of Kane and Inspire, it looks like they're ready to bunker down.
Can you hold A mid?
Playing out of Broke one of
They're
them.
close, they might hit. Feels like they're hitting. You smoke?
B. He's on site.
Oh, lane.
And now, the biggest problem with Killjoy's lockdown is that it's countered by a lot of ults. Here, Vora would have destroyed it during Envy's retake with his Hunter's Fury. So if you can't use it to take or retake sites, what should you do? Well, the next best thing is to treat it like a giant molly. Do the aggressors push fast to try and break it? Or wait it out? It is hard to make a collective call on the fly, especially in ranked when no one wants to work together. In this situation though, Inspire and Canezerra were not ready for Jet's updraft and dash, but with her Bladestorm active, this play is pretty common because she's accurate midair. She gets the site so fast that sometimes she doesn't need extra utility like a normal comp would provide, like in flashes. XR tried helping by flooding in through spawn, but could only get 1. Now, as Ion and Poppin rotate over, 7 just rezzed Vora. I know Ion's bailed on Envy before, but can he and his cracked aim do it again?
Well, last round of the half, you certainly do go for it now. 2v5 on the reapproach, 7 has the res, and Poppin trying to play with this barrier orb. Yeah, let's just have a jungle gym round after something like that. Whoo, mama. All right, well, TSM still here to play. That's for bloody sure. Ion can at least shut that Jet down, but it will be 7-5 that we play from, Vans. That is a guarantee.
Sure? A plat chat guarantee?
Don't talk to me, man. Don't talk.
It's still Ion that's alive, but no, I agree with you. There's still the Hunter's Fury that's available. We're running out. We finally have the information. Ion's playing for stats at this point, and definitely will have the 7-5 scoreline.
I'm gonna be honest, I thought about making this video into 2 parts, but because I love you guys and I'm a huge Envy fan, I decided to cram it all into 1. So subscribe, like, and hit that bell. Doing so helps me and this channel a ton. If you don't, I'll find you. It's the second half, and the score is a bit misleading. Yeah, Envy are up, but they're playing against a Sage Cypher comp. Running it down is going to be a lot harder, and Envy might have to play slow and disciplined for a change. But based on what we saw in the first half, that might be a lot easier said than done. For Pistol, Envy's plan is to split B in their 1-4, while TSM must have some read that the offense want to slam A with 4 people on that side. But why stack one site so heavy? The strength of TSM's comp is that it should be able to stall with 2 Sentinels. Even if they're playing against a double teleport Waylay Yoru comp, those duelists aren't self-sufficient like Jet. She can protect herself with her cloud bursts, and there's only so many spots Waylay and Yoru can raw teleport or dash out to. Why not have your Sentinels concentrate on the chokes and force Envy to play slow to break all of this before executing? If Envy go B here, the site's free, and TSM won't be able to retake with a bunch of dumbass slow orbs. The second half starts with an exchange of smokes, turret on tiles, and a recon for arches to secure mid for the attackers. Envy slowly start to crawl out into mid, while the defense form into a catwalk flash trap. Off Jet's contact, GMD is going to flash, and TSM will farm. But Envy are going B. They've droned through main, broken Elvin spy cam, and now mid-trip. The offense are going, and Cypher has to play retake. But Ion's used both smokes. One for Cat, one for top mid. Can Elvin get his? While he feels like he's being pinched?
The big stack was from the tree catwalk to go for the massive clear in the post plant.
With 4 teammates charging through mid, Elvin doesn't want to get greedy and backs up. But watch Envy as they set up in their post plant. Instead of fighting up to contest the retake with Inspire and B main, he's actually fallen to a site to get ready and bunker down this site with his team. Think about it. TSM want to take fights as the retakers. They don't have utility for a proper retake. GMD blew his paranoia on nothing, and Inspire saw him burn it. He's calling out that the defense's retake is going to be dog water. Even if GMD's flanking B main, who cares? By holding up on site, Envy should be able to farm TSM with their crossfires as long as someone breaks Vora's recon. And Kane's waiting for it.
To retake.
Canezerra's looking for a way to stick this fork in with his light speed. That's the one fulcrum point of util that this team has. Otherwise, it's just blindly firing in this.
Heavy lane, heavy lane.
Okay, I'm holding the run out. Just show, boys. Let them push into us. We're good. We're good. Hold. One lane dead. No one else has lane. One more lane dead. Time. Play time. I have time. What a smoke, bro.
And not only could TSM not get through the lane smoke, but Kane did great to recognize that all of TSM were through market and spawn. So by flying up and over the defense and into spawn, he created an on-the-fly crossfire with his teammates from sight. And TSM couldn't get him out. That incredible pistol forced TSM to save, where Kane suplexed the defense with his judge, and after getting on site, he did what he does best.
I have turret for everything. Can we close the door or no?
Then Envy ran down the rest of TSM. That slaughter brings us to arguably the most important round of these players' lives. If Envy managed to steal TSM's first full buy, TSM have to save again, allowing Envy to build up ult points, credits, and momentum. So both teams need a master game plan. And Envy are just slamming A. I mean, the defense are running 2 sentinels, one being Sage. There's no shot this A hit works.
2 players moving forward with the rifles. One trying to get into the wine, that's Timotino, but the drone just spotted him.
Kane. Already
Blind. We're fighting.
Wine. Outside.
He's stuck.
Wine, jet.
Nice.
2v2. Reloading. Let's go.
7! You're not playing Chamber! Why are you playing out in the middle of the open as Sage against 3 agents who can quickly bypass your stupid slow orb? After Poppin spotted 7 on his drone, Omen and Yoru teleported past the slow while dumping a paranoia and blindside on him. TSM tried to hit back, but Timotino couldn't even help because of this ridiculous saturate Kane pulled off. Speaking of, your jet was already in wine. Just set up a crossfire with her. Do you know what that means? Or do you only understand teleports? Is Chamber the only agent this guy can play? Okay, maybe I went too over the top, but in the biggest match of your life, you cannot make mistakes like this. Luckily for 7, Timotino made this a 2 versus 2, and the offense have an open sight. Envy move in and close door as Vora sends out his Al drone to scout for info. He tags Ion, who repositions to the other side of the door, and eventually Jenny. But here comes Vora's recon.
Whoa.
Poppin's 1 HP.
Both. Grabs his gun.
Yes! Let's go!
Yes!
That piss-poor decision-making forced TSM to save, but I still don't get their setup. They decided to 4-stack B, but why not have Omen with a stack instead of Sage? At least she can slow the offense down with her kit and buy the rest of her team time to rotate. Unless they want to play 7 as a battle Sage, but yeah, I don't think so. Instead, GMD just got steamrolled and TSM barely had any time to come over. In the end, the Stingers got rolled. And TSM don't have a lot of extra lives to burn, so they take a timeout. Guys! I don't think my teleport is working. 7, you're playing Sage. Huh? Out from their timeout, TSM can finally afford their #1 win condition, Timotino's op. In their 2-on-2, he's fighting mid, but Envy have all the momentum and have 5 players ready to slam A. As soon as the barriers drop, Ion rips his paranoia, to which 7 responds with a slow orb. And would you look at that? The offense has to stop. This recon, smoke, and drone are being wasted. Wait, Ion, where are you going?
0 pops. A TP towards the back spawn. They've sandwiched TSM this round.
Yeah.
I'm gonna flash through the smoke.
Two.
Omen dice.
I don't see it.
2 more.
Tree low. Hit 50. Hit 50 Sage.
Close right, stuck.
Wait. No, he's not. Dead.
He's not.
Could flank, could flank.
Envy knew that TSM have been fighting up, so by teleporting into heaven behind the defense, the rest of the offense felt confident to continue their push despite being stopped by Sage's second slow and barrier orb. Behind the information from this drone, Saturate, and Harness Fury, Envy have managed to do what TSM couldn't by sandwiching A. Sage felt suffocated and had to fight, so now we're in a 3 versus 2. But wait, Ion, why are you in heaven?
To the occasion, Ion once again frontlining and once again dominating!
Ion is lucky he hit those shots at the end. Otherwise, I would have been pissed. Your team's up a player. TSM wanted to take fights. But to push like that in the grand finals of Ascension, I mean, I guess it took the defense off guard. But now Envy are 1 round away from fulfilling the Valorant dream. This group of 5 friends is about to make it to Riot's brightest stage. Franchising. To bridge the final gap, their plan, of course, is to slam B. But TSM put both of their sentinels here. No shot Envy get through this. The round starts and the offense wastes no time by blowing the paranoia up B main, but 7 counters with his wall. Envy need to stop.
We can get out if you have to.
Wait, I misclicked. I'm gonna flash out.
Wait. Take your time. Chill. No need to rush.
Catwalk, low line.
This round is a fustercluck. TSM's anchors, combined with Vora's Harness Fury, have stalled Envy's B rush. And with all that noise, Inspire immediately recognized that a timing in mid was to be had. He backstabbed his boyfriend GMD and almost got Timotino. But Envy aren't backing down and feel like they can still force B. Poppin sends out his drone from main and clears all the way to stairs. With the defense kinda on site, Poppin takes the timing to swing it on lane.
I'm gonna TP backside on him. Wait. Let's go. Wait. Fighting.
I'm up cat.
So, 3 fighting front side.
Can we live?
No, they're all 3B.
Yeah, where they all...
Yo. Bro,
Yo, off mic. Look at me.
Envy clearly aren't thinking straight. The only thing on their mind is making franchising. Canezerra didn't think they could get through the choke without his dash, so he went mid, but Poppin swinging with the spike, and extra teleported a back site. The defense felt like they had the offense contained and leaked back out. This isolated Poppin on logs. Timotino thought he could get on the line to catch the offense leaving, but didn't expect the waylay lurk. Got traded. Ion then swung while 1 HP, but look at Inspire. He found a crazy timing up cat, knowing that Timotino wouldn't want to fight this early lurk. Inspire is now screaming to his teammates to play passive and let him work his magic. But Ion's 1 HP, so he deploys to their cover for himself to get out and waits a second to dodge the spam. And now, TSM are surrounded. What do?
Could be in the smoke on the end.
Yeah, guys.
Where can they be? That's all I need to know.
Walk out. They were button last scene. Dead. Unknown.
I have
Take risk.
One's market.
Could be anywhere. Just be aware of anything. Can we close market?
Yay! #1! Let's go, baby!
But before you go, make sure to check out today's sponsor, War Thunder, and take out your tilt on some tanks. Play now for free on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, or mobile using my link in the comments or description. Those of you who haven't played War Thunder yet or returning after a break of at least 6 months will receive a massive bonus pack on PC and consoles, including premium vehicles, 100,000 Silver Lions, and 7 days of premium. Do it now. Man, rankers have come a long, long way. But they were this good when they were unsigned. Click on this video and look for yourself.